Marc Marquez's 2025 MotoGP title will be remembered as one of the most complete comebacks the sport has ever seen. Not because it was flawless, but because of what it demanded. After 6 years away from the summit, multiple surgeries, and the most difficult career decisions he has ever faced, Marquez didn't just return to the top of MotoGP, he dominated it in a way even he admits he never expected. On paper, it looks like absolute control. But beneath the statistics lies a far more complex story, one that explains why Marquez himself believes 2025 is almost impossible to repeat. This was not simply the best bike paired with the best rider. It was the convergence of risk, desperation, physical sacrifice, and timing. A combination that rarely aligns twice. Marquez entered 2025 with clear intent but realistic expectations. After a successful but transitional year with Gresini Ducati in 2024, where he won 3 races on a year-old GP23, the factory seat offered him one final chance to measure himself properly again. He hoped to fight for the championship. He did not expect to control it. As he later admitted, "No, I never imagined such a great year. I hoped that was the goal, to try to fight for the World Championship. But not like this, clinching the title with 5 races to go." The difference was not just Ducati's GP25. It was how Marquez adapted to modern MotoGP. Sprint races had changed the sport's rhythm. Tyre management had become more complex, and risk-reward calculations had evolved. Marquez mastered all of it faster than anyone else. But the season also came at a cost, one he no longer hides. Speaking with El Periodico, Marquez described the title as the hardest of his career. "This 9th title has been the most sought after and the hardest fought for. I paid a very high price to achieve it in every aspect, especially physically and mentally." This admission matters, because dominance often hides fragility. And Marquez knows better than anyone what happens when the body starts setting limits. The turning point of his comeback didn't come on track. It came in 2023, when he made the most difficult decision of his career, leaving Honda. The move shocked the paddock, but it was deeply personal, and deeply influenced by one person in particular. "Alex, directly and indirectly, is the one who has helped me the most," Marquez admitted. While injured, watching MotoGP became emotionally dangerous for him. He described how easy it was to disconnect, to turn away from racing entirely. But seeing his younger brother competing changed that. When you're at home injured, it's very easy not to want to watch any more motorcycles. You tell yourself, "I want that, but I can't." The fact that my brother was competing made me follow the championship with the same passion and desire as if I were racing myself. That motivation carried into 2024 and ultimately into 2025. But what followed surprised even Marquez himself. Because Alex Marquez didn't just support his comeback, he forced Marquez to redefine their relationship. By the time 2025 ended, the Marquez brothers had achieved something historic, 1st and 2nd in the World Championship. Alex finished runner-up, 78 points behind Marc, with 3 victories aboard the Gresini-run GP24. His performance was strong enough to earn a factory Ducati promotion for 2026. And that changed everything. "Well, Alex will be my main rival from the start. He'll have a GP26, Marc said at an Estrella Galicia event. "He's proven he's capable of anything." Then came the line that revealed how seriously Marc now views the challenge ahead. "I won't refer to him as my brother, but as Alex Marquez, runner-up in the World Championship and capable of anything." This was not distancing, it was respect. Marc explained that Alex's achievements demanded a shift in mindset. "He's capable of leading any team. This year, I'd choose the fact that it was the season in which 2 brothers were champion and runner-up over my comeback season." That statement reframes 2025 entirely. For Marquez, the emotional peak wasn't just winning again. It was sharing the summit with someone who had carried him through his darkest years. But 2025 didn't end cleanly. Just one round after sealing the title in Japan, Marquez's season was violently interrupted in Indonesia. The injury ruled him out of the final 4 rounds and the crucial Valencia postseason test. Recovery once again became the focus. "Physically, we're improving, which is the important thing," Marquez said. "We had 4 or 5 weeks of immobilization, and naturally the arm loses a lot of strength. The process has been meticulous: physiotherapy, hyperbaric chamber therapy, constant medical checkups. Progress measured in weeks, not days. But the physical challenge was only part of it. It was tough psychologically," Marquez admitted. "Doing the same things I'd already done 4 times since 2020 was challenging. This is where the heart of the story lies, and why Marquez believes 2025 will not be repeated." He explained it with striking clarity. "Right now, I think it's almost impossible to repeat, because between the sprints and the races, there are so many points up for grabs every weekend. Modern MotoGP leaves no margin. One small physical limitation, one compromised weekend, and the mathematics of dominance collapse." That reality shapes how Marquez now views his future, both with Ducati and beyond. Asked about his long-term plans, Marquez gave an honest answer. On a scale of 0 to 10, his desire to stay with Ducati? 8. "For next year, it's clear that we'll have the fastest bike," he said. For 2027 to 2028, however, everything is still up in the air. The looming regulation reset, 850cc engines, Pirelli tyres, introduces uncertainty. Ducati's current advantage may not translate, and Marquez, now the oldest rider on the grid alongside Johann Zarco, knows time matters. Ducati CEO Claudio Domenicali confirmed that 2027 contract talks will begin early in the year. "Marc is doing very well with us, and vice versa, but everything remains to be evaluated," he said. "That evaluation will be ruthless, because 2026 presents Marquez with a completely different challenge. He will return on a GP26 that he had little input on, having missed Valencia testing. His rivals now understand his strengths and his limits. Francesco Bagnaia, in particular, will not underestimate him again. With a bike more suited to his style, Pecco remains a threat. So does Alex Marquez, now fully armed with factory machinery. And yet, Marc Marquez remains something else entirely. Cal Crutchlow, speaking in Matt Oxley's Marc the Magnificent, put it bluntly. "People have no idea how special Marc is. He's a freak of nature. I've never saved a bike at 62 degrees of lean 15 times a weekend," Crutchlow said. "That doesn't happen with anyone else." That ability, instinctive, violent, almost impossible, still separates Marquez from the rest. But even freaks are human. The shoulder injury cost him a shot at breaking his own record for most wins in a season. It reminded him how quickly dominance can vanish, and it forced him to confront something rare for champions at his level: acceptance. Acceptance that perfection cannot be demanded every year. Acceptance that control has limits. Acceptance that 2025 was special precisely because it cannot be reproduced. Marquez summed it up best himself. When you're at the top and you fall, you don't just fall to the ground, you fall even lower, and everything is very dark there. He climbed back once. He dominated again. But now, with the scars still fresh, Marc Marquez understands something few champions ever admit. Sometimes, the greatest victory is knowing when lightning will not strike twice. What are your thoughts? Let us know in the comment down below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for new upcoming videos. Thanks for watching.